Bathroom?
I'm good.
Okay, I thought I'd ask. I guess we can start the meeting.
You can start the recording.
Call the meeting to order at 6:37. All rise for the pledges. Oh, it's been too long. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. All right, Rob, please lead us in prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for bringing us together, Lord God, to conduct business for the school, Father. And we just ask for your guiding hand to be honest tonight, to lead us and guide us into your will, to make responsible choices that are best for this community and best for the school. We thank you, Lord, and we love you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, we do need to amend the agenda. We need to add a executive session
Yeah,
with
regarding potential litigation.
regarding potential litigation.
Yep.
So do I need a motion to?
You need a motion to amend and a motion to approve, then you need a motion to approve the agenda after the amended agenda.
So I need a motion.
Yeah. You need a motion to amend the agenda with to add the executive session.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Oh, go ahead.
Kyle seconded.
Kyle seconded.
You gonna second it?
Yes.
Okay. Motion
Then
been
you need a vote to approve it.
made and seconded to amend the agenda and add the executive session. All those in favor?
Aye.
All
Okay.
those opposed, same side.
I am saying that we put the executive session after the principal's report. We'll get through the mini part, then we'll add that executive session, come out of executive session and go into action.
Okay.
So you need to approve the formal agenda with the addition of the executive session at that
I
point in
need
the
a
agenda.
motion.
I so moved.
Motion been made and seconded to place it after the principal's rules reports. Were correct?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yep, now you just gotta approve the
Okay,
agenda.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. All right. Minutes.
Nicole got him out early this week.
I
Good
know,
job,
wow.
Nicole. Very good.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes for the January regular meeting. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, payroll and bills.
I will be completely honest, I did not get an opportunity to look through them.
I actually did.
So,
I don't understand much of it, but I did look at it. No,
As long as there's.
as long as there's still money, as there's still positive, as long as there's
Still
no
positive
negative.
money.
what's Eastview Irrigation?
Plumbing parts.
Plumbing parts.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like a hardware store at McIntosh.
Is that the one in
Yeah, that with the sprinkler out front?
Yeah.
Yeah, they,
Okay, yeah.
And it'll be changed to just Eastview because they've changed ownership, so they'll be, we got notice of change vendor name, so you'll see
I
them.
didn't know he.
Yep, they just bought it.
Yeah. Yeah,
What was this?
Yeah.
With all those circles out there by the prison.
yeah.
Nice guy, nice guy. Good.
No, that was the one.
That was plumbing parts for.
Well, I don't know if it was plumbing parts.
Oh, yeah, it
I'm
was,
assuming.
yeah, it's for our, it was up in the auditorium for some fixtures that were
Okay.
used, and also in the old rock building for the boiler
Okay.
water softener in that area, because they're the only ones that carry those parts anymore.
There's some cracked lines on the
Yeah.
water softeners.
Yeah.
It's cardio partners.
That's for our AEDs. Yeah, that's where Nurse Payton spent all her budget this year. Yeah, it's AEDs. Just so you know. Yeah. Yeah, she does. She has a budget now because we are required now to have an AED in every building. And we had it. We just brought them up to speed.
Okay.
So, yeah, Cardio Partners is for all the AED parts on our mobile.
Money well spent. We're trying to get them on every truck
Yeah.
that we have.
We actually have,
2 traveling ones for the buses.
traveling ones for the buses, and I think every
Still
school
my
bus
heart.
eventually
Yep.
will have one.
Okay, that was mine.
Yeah.
Nope.
Everybody good?
Yep.
All right.
And then
Hey, easy
addition to
month. There we
AEDs,
go.
we'll have the choke.
Getting there.
I move to approve payroll bills.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve payroll and bills. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those,
Aye.
all those opposed, same sign. All right, budget adjustment request. Is that what those were?
That's the front page.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
When we were going through the budget, we realized that the bond money hadn't been borrowed yet officially. So we made sure to get that taken care of this month, and there's gonna be some additional bars of additional money that we got from PED for our SEG, and we should be getting our rapid growth money here coming up shortly, so you may see a bar for that next month. But we're doing some cleanup of stuff that was missed by our prior business manager. So that's what those are, so we had to create those bars, for the bond. And then we will be removing money that was spent in operational, correct, Marie? Into the bond that was supposed to be taken out of the bond, so.
Doing some moving.
Yeah, that's what happened it was never barred correctly in the beginning, and she's been working with fiscal, so we'll be okay.
And then, yeah, and then we have a couple of other transfer bars to kind of move some money to get some of our functions
Cleaned up.
cleaned up. And I would appreciate it if we could get them done.
I move to approve the bars.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the budget adjustment request. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, principal's report.
So you don't have a written report because I was gonna do an activity with you tonight, but then,
Thank goodness.
things imploded, and so that will not happen next month. You're gonna get to do some physics. And you're gonna have to learn something.
And it doesn't involve the two rides.
It's fun stuff, I promise. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. We may actually, next month, I may actually try to bring the kids into teaching
Yeah.
physics.
Oh,
And so
wow.
the illness has caused some backup in the planning and things like that, and then some other things
Yeah.
occurred, so that's what we're hoping.
So-
Numbers haven't really changed any. We had a couple that have moved out and a couple that are leaving us tomorrow, but we've also brought in a couple new kindergartners, and so we're kind of holding steady.
Same
Some
around
move in, some move out,
112 to 114
Yeah.
total for the district right now.
but,
That's
so.
hard to, those kids, it's hard on them.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
I did-
Would you?
I did get a very sweet text this morning from our little autistic boy. He's been homesick. Mom sent me a picture. He has lined up all of his blocks in order from 1 to 0. So he has, came to us nonverbal, potentially deaf, all these things, and he's learning something. He knows his numbers from 1 to 0, which was kind of made me teary-eyed. Made my heart swell. But not a lot. If you have questions, I'm happy to address any questions. But.
How's the elementary going with our teacher situation over there?
So we've adjusted some things and kind of made it work. We actually had a new potential long-term sub come in
I was telling them.
yesterday and observed and did some things, and she's excited to put that on her resume to work with kind of as an EA, temporary EA type position. And she's going for education.
Covering that class.
Kathy is right now.
Okay.
That gave us a little more consistency. And so now we're looking for somebody because she was the person for Scotty's
Yeah,
person.
we're looking for one-on-one
So
for
now,
Scotty.
It's kind of swapping out somebody. She's juggled it well and beautifully. Scotty's learned a lot being in there and lined books up and done some different things, but, yeah, so we've piecemealed it together.
How was the student?
Joseph Sanchez.
It's not snowing.
It must be snowing.
Is it snowing?
How is our student teacher doing?
She's great. I
Yeah.
forget she's a student teacher sometimes.
She's done intervention
functions
so
down there
long, she's
by
seen some
herself.
transition there.
But on that note, in there, we're working with her.
Amy.
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 Amy's doing student
Maybe
teaching.
she's doing her last
Right,
semester of
like
student
you
teaching.
forget she's a
Okay.
student
But then no,
teacher.
Nancy has, she's filling in too, yeah.
And that has been a beautiful adjustment to watch that child go from wearing a hood and being very closed off and secluded
Oh,
and asking, how do I say this in English?
And Nancy's so
working-
sweet. I mean,
yes.
she's just that type of person. That's a good fit for,
It really
but, I
is.
mean,
Well,
For
good.
that spot, yep, so lots of good things happening, even though there's still some gaps in
Well, I
there,
mean-
but
going in the right direction, man. So, anything else? All right, we need a motion for executive session, please.
I'll move that we go into executive session.
A second.
All those in favor, Kyle?
Aye.
Alina?
Aye.
Robbie?
Aye.
Barbara?
Aye.
Me? Aye. All right, ladies, do you mind stepping out for just a few minutes? It won't be long.
I need a man and Randy in there.
Okay,
So,
you keep through
yeah,
everything.
I'll
Well,
give them.
I guess you can go home.
Okay,
Yeah.
if it's snowing, I wanna
Yeah.
go home, but
I don't know what it was.
There's nothing else left.
I
so.
saw some flakes fall.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
right there, about
barely,
4:30. There was
barely.
some small ones.
I was bugging Joe yesterday. I says, I got a snow alert at 3 o'clock in Vaughan.
It was
The other
snowing in
morning.
Vaughan.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. and
Yesterday.
3:05.
No,
I
no,
said, sorry,
yesterday
boss. I
afternoon
know.
it was
But
snowing.
3 a.m. in the morning.
There.
Action
Okay.
items. We
We're
got.
Oh, we gotta approve the,
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
We're on after principal report. Over here. You're on the next page. Where'd you go?
where'd it go?
Oh, you're back there.
I'm on the feeder route, you're wearing.
There you
Right
go.
there.
No, we're
Yeah,
on
there
the
you go.
vendor route, aren't we?
Oh, no, we got the
Yeah,
principal.
we gotta do,
report.
we do the principal, now we're on action items. We did the feeder route later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Action A, first readings of policy to approve section I as presented on the agenda. Policies I-0050 all the way down to I-8611 as presented on the agenda.
I move to approve.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the first reading of the policy from I-050 to I-1981, I-1861-11. Yeah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign? All right.
Okay, approve for the advancement for second reading of policy E as presented on the agenda, section 0050, all the way over to E4550.
I move to approve.
Robbie?
Second.
Although, motion been made and seconded to approve the second reading of the E's up to 4550. All those in favor? All those opposed? Third reading.
Third reading,
That's
this is
fine.
for approval for policies F, K, and L as done in the last two meetings with no changes, as well as policies as presented for them as listed on the agenda.
I move to approve. Second.
Motion been made and seconded for the third reading of the policy F, K, and L. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, that's done. Now, approval of transportation feeder route for Cesar Augusta Larago Aguadillo.
That's close enough. Agudelo, that's more good enough. Okay, we had a new student move in October, and it took Mr. Agudelo a little bit of time to get the proper documentation to present for the feeder route. So I'm asking the board to approve the feeder route because it's out. Okay, man, explain where it's at. So I'm bad at geography still here.
It's east
It's
and
Yeah.
south. It's Billy Hill's old place below,
where
below,
Brenda grew up.
Yeah.
just below Billy Hill.
So we're doing it to feeder route to the pickup at Sabres route
Down
for the mileage and
Seven
then
Rivers.
back each day. And we will make it retroactive back to our date of enrollment in October. To be fair, since he didn't have all the proper documentation, and I'm pretty sure the rancher didn't work with him real well, we brought him in here, met with him and Kathy. Kathy
Yeah.
interpreted for
Him and
me.
Nancy.
What?
Him and Nancy.
Him and Nancy, yeah. But Kathy came in the first time, translated the document for me, I told him what had to happen. So when they came in and finally did everything else, we got it set up when Nancy came in with the documentation, got it worked through. So I'm bringing it this month, and we have to do it because it's a change to the transportation budget with the feeder route. So there's supposed to be, all new feeder routes are supposed to be approved by PED policy. So this is a new feeder route that will stay in place until he withdraws it with me.
I need a motion.
I move to approve.
That, I know, that's where his, I don't know what,
I second.
I don't know why he has a Garden Avenue Roswell address down there, but I don't know if that's where his employer is probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They all do that? They all have one address so
Yeah.
that they can use it?
Yeah.
It's just a,
Because they,
Yeah, we confirmed he
Yeah.
was working on the ranch with the rancher. He had to provide documentation to us, and I didn't put the ID in the packet because I didn't want to lose it, so
And they are
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
in Roswell?
I think so.
that could be his mailing address for the ranch.
Yeah.
They are working on paperwork for
Yeah.
citizenship too.
Is that-
It's a
Yeah.
process.
It
Is
is.
that Bruce Gardner?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
I know.
Ramos.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he bought that at once upon a time. They were gonna grow there, but it never, the grounds contaminated. Not near there. Did I get a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, motion been made second to approve the feeder route for Mr. Aguadillo.
I'm glad that the daughter goes by a Rose School.
Yeah, Russell, makes it easy.
Well,
Aguadillo.
Aguadillo was not too bad after you
No.
said it a couple times. Okay, all those in favor?
I,
All those opposed?
I might
Okay.
mess it up and say Modelo though, and then we don't.
She'd probably laugh too, or he would.
Right.
Approval of following out-of-state travel for professional development and training.
Yeah.
CN profile for graduate essentials. You want to send that many of the people, there won't be anybody left.
Well, we're on that day they're taking off on that 21st, we already have it covered because we have an activity day at the elementary.
Keep going.
So the purpose of that is to send them on site visits and profile the graduate, work with them to work on our final graduate. And they will receive credit for that going for those who need it for licensure, and it's usually a $5,000 in-service. We're getting it for $2,000 and $700 for lodging and meals. So it's a very extensive, very good. It's 2 days of intensive work working on graduate profile, what kids would do. We already have a lot of those sub positions already covered. Monica and Casey and Amy, all three have been. We got 2 of them covered for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zook is pretty much covered.
Yeah.
And then Amy is just, 5th grade's gonna go back in with 4th grade
Yeah.
for that day. And so it's just.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, okay, so we have it covered internally, so it's a very good in-service for them, and they're gonna go actually see, project-based learning and, inclusive, or inquiry-based models that support portrait of graduate work for teaching instruction. So I think it's a good thing for our teachers going to get exposed to different ways of doing it.
I move that we approve.
Amanda and Randa and Casey are gonna corrupt.
Just so you guys know, I told them they do not call me for bail money. Just so you know, I do not want to see them on Thelma and Louise
I need
going
to
across
see the
the
Uber
border.
bill to get them home.
Yeah.
I second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded to send them to the CN profile graduate essential instructional element, whatever. All those in favor?
I.
All those opposed?
Yeah.
Superintendent's travel to the Rural Education Empowerment Conference. Is that
This is part of the CN network, and they have a policy conference that's going on in Texas for all rural districts in
you just want to
Southwest.
go to the hill country, don't you?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
He was on far.
So, Kyle, tell me where to go eat. So the registration fee of $500 has been raised because we're part of their network. All it is I'm asking for is the lodging and non-provided meals. The rooms are $249 a night, and then meals, that's over estimate. It's going to probably be closer to $600 with transportation. And it's going to be a rural policy conference for us to be able to bring back policy initiatives for state to connect to dual enrollment, apprenticeship, and those types of things. So they asked me to present, but I wasn't going to present until I knew the board was going to allow me to travel over there, so I can let them know if I get approved, I can present at the conference for New Mexico.
I move to approve. Second.
Motion been made and seconded to send our illustrious leader to the Rural Education Empowerment Conference.
Illustrious, okay. Remember that when we go to the executive session. Hold that over his head, Elena.
All those in favor?
I.
All those opposed? All right, Power School.
Okay, what I'm doing with Power School U is I'm trying to get our data person, Hannah, to be our Power School guru for the district. I know all 3 of them asked to go, but I have other plans for them with other activities we may be doing. So I just want Hannah, and we're looking at going every 2 years to this, is what I kind of told her to do it. Then we can do the online. But the good thing is that $2,500 registration fee covers the entire district. So I can put up to 4 people on that registration to have access to Power School online trainings.
Oh, online.
Yeah, online. So she goes, attends in person, then we can have up to 4 people do the online trainings. There's a little additional cost for doing those, but as a district membership, we get them at less. I know Nicole's asked, but I've got other plans for her to send her to some NMIPSIA and HR trainings to help in the district. So we're trying to get some things down so She's gonna drive, so the total cost is roughly $59.50. The registration
Where's
fees for the
California again?
This is in San Diego.
That's
So,
California.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure, San Diego, California.
So is this gonna be like the last time?
Yeah, she gotta go out there for a vacation and then quit?
One more
No,
question.
it ain't gonna happen.
What is her job title?
Her title is data coordinator and educational assistant.
So
Okay.
like today, today was our 120 count on our calendar. So that means that the PED pulls snapshots of our transportation records, our sped records, our grade records, our class enrollments, all those things.
Okay.
She goes through and cleans up our power school to make sure that data is reported properly.
Okay.
And then once they take that snapshot, she then goes back through to make sure that all of our data is correct, that
Yeah.
it didn't take a snapshot with faulty data. Because we have had, last year I verified our graduation data with, it was Zane and Bridger's class, and never had them listed as graduates. It only had Yachty, so a class of
It's
3.
important stuff to be
data,
done.
yeah, so, but there's a
And-
lot more components to it than I remember.
And I can tell you this year with her and Randa working on our special ed, we've received additional funding because we categorized the students in the right categories for interventions. And that was one of the first projects that they took on when they came on board. It's well worth it. And then the other thing that's happening with Power School in our state is the state is talking about going to one only SIS system, student information system. And Power School is the recommended one. But also at the same time, we're using more parts of it because we're looking at using that more complete, because now with the increased reporting on staff, we're gonna have to do now, because they want us now to report all that stuff. There's a lot more modules being added for the state of New Mexico, and looking at it every 2 years, having online access would be great for our district to make sure
So
we
we
get
send
that
her
one.
once, and we have online access.
Yes.
We've already sent her once, that's
Yeah,
my
we've already
question.
sent
Why do
her,
we have to
yeah.
send her again?
But.
Because it was 2 years away and things have changed since then with the reporting
When
model.
she got back, she literally took her stuff in her office, put them in her trunk and drove away. Didn't give us a notice and nothing.
Well, I've had a
And
conversation
she
with
took
her
her whole
about it.
family with her.
Yeah.
And they had a great little vacation at Disneyland.
No, it ain't happening. She's the only one going. I've already had these conversations with her because I knew what had happened. So,
Is she
I-
a
I do-
full-time employee?
Do
Yeah,
me a
she's
favor
full-time.
She was.
and have another conversation with her.
Well, I understand that.
I think we should have never hired her back to begin with. Anybody that walks out without leaving a notice, after we dropped $8,000 to send her there, no way. I can't believe she's here now.
Can I ask another question?
yeah,
Who else handles those transactions besides her?
for those, it's overseen by either directors and myself and Amanda. So,
So I hear Robbie, I also had concerns with bringing her back on based on all of that. But it sounds like, she's stepped it up and maybe grown up a little bit. But at the same time, I don't feel comfortable in this quickly, turning around and rewarding what happened back when with the same type of situation. So I know everybody's busy, but this is just me, based on it being before us here tonight. I would approve someone else to go, but not her.
Second.
I
Good.
agree.
I'm
You
not
can vote
sending-
the table
I'm not
then.
sending Hannah. She's not gonna burn us again. It's
And I
not
know
gonna happen.
that we all make mistakes and we're all human, but it's just, there was, yeah. I
agree.
I will have to
Like I said,
say
I
too,
did-
she has helped a lot on the sped number side and aligning that, like cleaning that part up has been like a huge turnaround as well, with her and I working together on that aspect.
I would rather send you, Rhonda.
If you just need one trainer and everybody else can go online, send somebody else. And then she can go online from here.
Yeah.
do you need to move the table that or vote no?
I'm voting no.
I vote no.
Okay, so, I need a motion.
I make the motion to deny the current staff member to go to Power School that's on the list.
Second.
All those in favor to deny Hannah from going to Power School, all those in favor?
I,
All those opposed? It passes. So, I guess that'll be back in front of us next month, so, yeah. So,
We'll see what we can do.
all right.
because there may be
Yes,
some
thank
conflict,
you.
there may be some
So what
conflicts
is
with some
this?
other
'Cause
things
this
that we're
one
gonna
doesn't
do.
have dates.
When is it?
This one doesn't have dates on here.
Oh, I forgot,
what's the
because that
dates on
was, that would have been June, you've got it, Amanda.
I mean, is it,
It's the end of June.
23rd through the
Yeah,
27th.
23rd, and there's also one in Dallas that would be about the same time if we want to send somebody that way,
No, not Dallas.
towards the San Antonio.
There's one in July in, Boston? No.
Yeah, we can look at the dates and see what would
Washington
happen.
DC, Washington DC.
Yeah.
Boston was last summer.
So,
okay,
Is there a time frame on registration?
well, early registration is this week, but there's not that big a difference between early and late registration. So, yeah, it's only gonna cost us $100 more on the registration for that. And if we go district, I'm not sure there is an impact on it for that.
okay. Did you
So I'll double
hear
check
that?
all this stuff.
So.
The what?
If we do individual registration, there's a timeline, but if we do it, I gotta go look and see what the impact would be on a district registration if there's a change on that.
There's a change, okay.
Yeah, I'll double check, and we'll bring that back next month if we decide to go. If not, I may just talk to our power
Well,
school
if we-
people and see if we
if
do it
we-
all online.
If we need to do it, we could have a special meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do it.
So if you need.
Yeah, we'll look at it and we'll give it to you.
All right, discussion items and updates, calendar lawsuit update.
We won.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
I want that. I want a little note, more information.
Yeah. What happened is the judge on all 5 parts of the lawsuit we contested ruled on behalf of the school districts. So the professional development piece, PED overstepping their bounds on regulations, the legislative intent of that, all 5 of those are done. So they had 30 days from the date I notified you on the email. I forgot what date that was. Because we were so partying as superintendents on the phone, texting each other that
It
night.
ain't been that, it's been
Yeah.
like 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks already, so I believe the date they have is February 28th. is
To
the date
appeal?
To appeal. We haven't heard anything yet, but regardless if that appeal comes through, we still have the intent of that's going on, so our calendar issues have gone away, for now. Now, so you're aware, with legislation that's being put up, Gail Armstrong and a bipartisan group of Democrats and Republicans has pretty much said legislative intent is school districts determine on hours, and PED cannot do anything to regulate days or anything else. So the old rule that had, well, you have to add days in order to go with the hours, it will be going away. So we can do 1,140 hours and however many days we can do, as long as we meet the requirements of that rule. So that's up. I don't know when it's going to be heard. We're still waiting, but that has gone through committee. It's starting to go through committee, and we'll find out when it is, and we're going to have a lot of superintendents going up there to support that rule going forward. They want to do it early, so if they do veto it in the office, they have 3 days to veto any bill. They have a right to override it, and they believe they have the super majority. They believe they have the super majority of 60 needed in the House. And I believe it's 30, no, wait a minute, what's 60% of 41? 25. They have the 25 votes in the Senate to override it if it gets vetoed. So they're doing that as well as some other things with that, but very good finding. The judge came out on that Monday, did it, released it. Phone started blowing up with superintendents across the state at that time, so we just have to wait to see what it was. Made the news that night and everything, and then on that same day, the governor blamed all the superintendents for not wanting to be cooperative on education. Fine, go ahead, we're used to it. So there we go.
Teacher housing update.
Just so you know, the MOUs have been executed. I got them yesterday and today. So
MOU?
memorandum of understanding for the funding. So the funding has been put in place. It will be released within the next 2 weeks. So the planning has started for it. So the demolition, we cannot start until the 18th because that's when our gas, we had to give 30 days notice once we knew we got approved and had MOU executed first.
We didn't know who could turn the gas off soon?
No, we knew. But the problem was I notified them off the billing cycle. We had to pay the last bill, so we had to give them 30 days, which is fine for us because we weren't going to be able to start the project in the first part of March, so it allows us to line it up. So I got a meeting with PSFA when I'm up there, hopefully. But they're in Albuquerque, but I'm hoping Ryan and those guys are up in Santa Fe. I can kind of meet with them informally, and then I'll have to go up to Albuquerque for a formal meeting of planning and design for the demo and what we can do and not do. So That started, and then the housing funding just came through today, so that should be released at their next meeting in March completely. They'll do the expenditures and everything going out on their approvals at that time. So we'll have all that money, and then we can start the process and going forward with those.
When you talk to the guys that build them,
Yeah.
what were they saying, 6 months to build them, or?
No, they're talking, because we had already talked about the prefab
Yeah.
side-by-side duplexes. Those will take us about 3 to 4 weeks to design, and then it'll take them roughly about 3 weeks to construct,
Oh.
and 6 weeks on site to build. So, they're not thinking it's gonna take 6 site, because the way they've got it structured right now, in the plan that we've talked to them about, is that we have the demo going on in site prep as the order goes in for the house. So that's what's going to happen with this, so that's why we gotta kind of coordinate at the start of March with demo, because their thing is gonna take them 90 days. Just for maximum 90 days for site prep, so they need to have that done by the end of June, because that's what the scope of the work says by PSFA. Then the house is supposed to be completed by June 15th, so what they're planning on doing is getting the slabs laid first, and then prep all the groundwork around them after the slabs are done, leveling it, taking the sink claw in the backyard that was created by a leak in that apartment complex that we shut off. So we're gonna see a little bit higher water bill down there because that leak, we didn't see it till the sinkhole came. There was a line going out. So Seth went down and turned it out. They're gonna turn off the gas on the 18th. Then we'll start, I've already had Tony ripping out all the cabinets and everything put in there, so we put them out for sale. So we're starting to demo like that, and I'm still trying to get approval with PSFA to have people take frustration out and charge $5 a hit to start taking them down. See if that's allowed, if we can put that into fund.
Timeline is like June?
June will be the,
Think you'll have done?
well, let me tell you this, the goal is by the company that is doing the homes, to have everything done by June 15th.
Okay.
But they allow a month leeway in case they run into site preps. July 15th is the drop dead date, they told me, is that they want to have done.
We'd be
Yeah.
Of this
No.
year?
I mean,
I
from
think
here
we
to.
have
Of this year?
Yeah, the maid.
Well, I've emphasized the need to do this quickly, so the timeline PSFA out there was July 15th.
Part of it, they're prefabbing,
Yeah, they're prefabbed houses that are already HUD approved.
and the prefabbing part of it, and
Yeah.
So how many are we?
We're gonna
end up
have
with?
2 duplexes, so 4 units,
4 units.
3 bedroom or 2 bedroom is what we gotta figure out once we see what the cost of design is.
Wow.
Oh, okay,
impressive.
cool.
So, and then also going with that,
Good job.
we're going to work on, we're gonna get an appraisal of Tony's house that
Right,
could be used, so we're working on getting, an appraiser in. We've talked to Lynn Pacta about it, but we've got to have 2 separate appraisals, one by Tony, one by us. Then we agree on the numbers, then we go from there and figure out if we buy that or not,
gotcha.
so.
Okay.
unless
So we'll
it's,
work on that.
unless it's. just-
Oh, it's spotless. I
No,
mean,
unless
not
it's
gonna be-
just
no, It won't be
outrageous.
outrageous, so.
So
So,
related, and I don't know if I can bring this up, because it's not on the agenda, but, so do we have a replacement?
for, not yet, we're still in process of recruiting. We went last week, well, I talked to, what's Dwayne, is that the guy? Who heads the FFA for the state, or the,
No,
New Mexico?
Russell
Divine.
Divine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon. Okay.
Brandon, I can't remember his name, it started
Oh,
with
I
an
know that's not right.
But Brandon's been made aware, and he's helping us recruit. And I asked Brandon if there's any other future FFA meeting they're gonna attend to present for the district. He said he'd be willing to do that, so, I know Tony's talking it up,
He
and we're
went
doing
to-
it,
Tony went
Yeah.
to NMLC.
yeah,
The
Oh,
leadership
yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Teachers up
yeah.
there.
So there's stuff, and there's. other
Everybody
things
knows
going on.
it's open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about our business manager?
we had 7 applicants.
Really?
Wow.
We have 2 sitting superintendents that with former business managers experience, an assistant business manager,
Wow.
a former
Yes.
county,
Are they wanting to do it remote?
I said, are we
Yeah,
doing this
is that,
remote?
is
Is this
that the deal? Is it
No,
remote or-
one of them, there's a couple of them that'll do a mixed remote, there's a couple of them that'll come on site.
Wow.
We started preliminary interviews, I still have 2 more interviews next week, for people that have applied, they were busy this week and couldn't make it out. One of them's a former assistant county manager, that's worked on his school business.
Oh, wait, I don't know, we want no county managers, they don't stick around very long.
It's not in this area, it's not in this area.
It don't matter, they bring them in from
Do they have
Illinois.
visions experience, any of them?
We asked that as one of the questions, and 3 of them do.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh,
That makes my heart.
that makes,
Yep.
that,
Because I've been having kittens.
Don't worry, we've been,
My knees and my hands have been
Barb,
working.
we may have the business manager hired before a teacher. That's how good, that's how good the field was.
Well, I hope you let us know who the teacher hired
Well, we'll know.
them.
Yeah, we'll know.
I mean,
But we go from there, so that's where we're at now.
Wow.
That's underneath other items of the board.
oh, okay, let's go.
So let's keep going.
Master plan?
Okay, master facility plan, because of changes that were made with the PSFA agreements, we've got another 60-day extension on it. Ian is planning to bring it next month for approval. So we'll be doing a presentation at the board, which is required to get it approved. But because of the MOUs being executed and everything else, it changed the priorities. And if you remember on option 3, that if you are a at-need district and you had done that, that's what he's trying to accommodate this for. So all 3 of those funding options, if we go for a building, is available. So we're going to say we're going to need a new building because we're rapidly growing, because he shows the numbers that we've had a 25% growth in 1 year.
Yeah.
So he's readjusting that. He talked to PSFA, I talked to John. So he'll bring it back in March. I'm supposed to meet with him in the next couple of weeks to finalize it. We'll come to the March board meeting to get that approved.
Our growth may not last, it's
Yeah.
gonna last,
Yeah, we
hopefully
gotta
it lasts
get
long
long
enough just to
Yeah.
get the approval.
I was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing. Let's get this thing built.
I don't
We
know.
Still have this
From
crazy.
the people I've been talking to around there, they're way behind.
Yeah, they
They're-
are.
they're
They're supposed
way
to be
behind.
here.
So
I
they're gonna
would
be
say
here a while,
28.
Yeah,
so.
they're talking
So,
5 to 7 years. probably.
Furniture installed, did you finally
Okay,
get all of it?
MSBA conference, we gotta do
Oh,
that.
I forgot.
Okay, this weekend, Kyle, me, and Cody are going. I'm gonna go up tomorrow morning. I've been dealing with stuff here in the office in the morning. So there's the conference. I've got everything taken care of. We'll bring an update back with that. There's supposed to be some activities for new board members. Make sure you follow that track, Kyle.
I do.
Okay, just make sure.
Oh, there's for us old farts too,
Yeah.
I'm
So-
following mine.
There's some specific things you're gonna do for new board members on the legislative process, so you can
Okay.
get familiar with it. So I recommend following that, just so you go.
Yeah.
Okay, furniture installed.
Good job.
Finally, they confirmed everything, they've got all the parts in, they're coming back in February 25th to finish it.
Yay.
And on top of that, I have talked to them because of some of the delays of that. There may be some things happening in the high school too that might be a pleasant surprise to our high school kids over the summer. Let's just put it that way. I don't wanna say
At a
anything too
cheaper rate?
publicly.
At a cheaper
Yeah,
rate?
we're getting some redesigns and possible. Amanda and I have talked quite a bit. Those old wood benches are older than me and they're hard. So we're looking to get some soft reading spaces and like that for the hallways for our kids in the mornings at lunch. Been doing that because we're seeing more and more of those kids work on the benches. So we're gonna try to put some soft furniture in the hallways for those kids in that nook down there and at both ends of the hallway so kids can have it. And the only thing we have to worry about is I gotta make sure that when they come, we hide the furniture in furniture code, unless it's in that cubby. We might be in violation of fire code, we'll just have to hide it.
Yeah.
We'll just have to hide it in here.
I don't know, that fire code guy,
Yeah,
he goes, those gas cans are not OSHA approved.
yeah,
He walked around, all your
Yeah.
deals, all your fire extinguishers up to code, yes, sir, yep, everything. He goes, what's
So-
out there, what's out there, what's out there, okay, good.
so I'm working on that, I'm putting some of that in, and then they're coming in to do the walkthrough for us in March about what the new high school redesign will look like, so we're looking at a 3-phased approach for this building. We're gonna look at the 3 classrooms on the end of that hallway. The old home ec room, we're looking at doing a multimedia STEAM center in there. The science lab.
You don't even use it, do you?
Oh, we do now.
Hannah
Yeah,
Garrett's been
Hannah
using it
Garrett's been
for a
using it
while
for STEAM in the elementary. And then we're gonna look at doing the business room down there, in a more business-centered fashion, setting up like a business, they've done some design, and then the science room, we're gonna take the tables out of there, and because we got physics in a box, which is what I wanted to do, we're gonna look at putting physics tables in the middle of the room, so we can have multimedia, or a multi-level science lab. And then go for their, and the sped room will also be put in that process to see what the cost is.
Okay.
So-
So they've changed and adapted, it's no longer STEM, it's STEAM in order to incorporate
Okay.
the arts, so science, technology,
Yeah.
engineering, arts, and math.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
oh,
So let me
I
ask-
didn't-
Well, he said steam room and I was going somewhere else.
Okay, go ahead, Barbara.
So with some of the stuff that we're doing, is it gonna be being incorporated into a new school building, or is that further down?
All
the
the
road?
stuff
So it
that we
doesn't
put on
matter.
the specs for the design, it should be able to be transferred over to the new building.
Okay.
We've already thought of that, so.
So I guess I'm coming in because you've made comments about a new school building, and sorry, did you have?
That's all right, nope, that's all.
So I must have missed something somewhere, but, so, I know solid on the teacherages and kind of what we're doing there.
Yeah.
But, and I know we've talked about some different things, but this is the first that I remember hearing about a new school. So,
I believe it was the meeting you
No, we-
missed, Barb. We talked about it back in October about looking at pursuing this with the waivers
okay.
that are
so
in
I must
present
have missed
state.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you weren't here for
Yeah.
that meeting.
What we have to do, so I can refresh everybody's memory, just so you know, the bonding capacity that Nick was talking about today,
Yeah, I heard-
and the
I heard
millage and like
that.
that,
Yep,
with the waivers, right now, the state has a current waiver that we'd have it'd be a 54, 46, 53, 47, 54, 46, the use percentage that would be matched. So half the project would be state, basically half and half would be, the cost would be.
Remember, it used to be 90-10.
10,
Yeah, and now with what's going on, there's legislation up to extend those waivers, but there's no guarantee. So PSFA has approached the districts in most need because we're in the top 100. We're number 60, but we're gonna go up once we get our master facility plan. We'll probably be in the top 40 is what Ian's guessing. But if we stay where we're at, we still qualify for all that process with PSCOC.
so
Then-
is any of this linked to the things that they're evaluating with the new administration based on some of these grants and some of these different allocations and this right here?
No, this has
Any
been
of
state
this
funding
change?
for a long time.
This is already
It's
in
all
our.
state
it's all-
funding. Yeah, this is all
in
state
our
funding.
purse and-
Yes.
And it's state,
Yeah,
okay.
it's already there. There's a $4 billion surplus sitting in Public Schools Facility Association's budget to spend on new buildings. They're getting another $2 billion this year, and they have a $14 billion reserve they haven't spent in the last 7 years. So the legislators turning heat up on the Public Schools Finance or Facilities Administration to get new buildings out and get them built in rural New Mexico and get them done, because that's the priority of the commission. They voted on it last year, or it would have been when I was at Hagerman 2 years ago, is when they did it in. That's why they put the waivers in, and the bond market right now is a good environment to go out and get and invest that money, because the markets are having high yield returns, so that didn't count the interest they're getting on that. But they have close to $18 billion to build new buildings in the state through that committee. So,
But only half.
But we have to
Yeah.
go, but we have to go out to bond.
yeah, you have to go out the bond to do it, because
Do it.
you gotta go into debt to do it in order to match that. And then there is talk for high need rural districts in the top 100. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year, but by the time we go sell the bond, we might qualify. So it depends on what we apply to get the state funding.
But
if
we
choose
have to
do
have
it.
the bond
You have to have the bonds in place.
this year.
It could go 90-10 state to us within the next 2 years. And it could be prorated in. So that's what the legislation is right now. So I'm watching that one very closely. It hasn't gone in front of committee yet. But you'll see every rural superintendent talking about trying to get it to that number, because the bonding capacity of our district
Yeah.
is not the max of what they would like it to be. But also on the same hand, as Barb will tell you, in those agreements with the wind farms, if we go into debt, they have to match it. And right now, because of the increase in property buying by those entities that are in our district, it's offsetting the raise in residential property tax with the raise in business property tax.
Yeah.
So it's a good time for us, because the wind farms, to do it, but we won't know until the final comes in, because what will happen is, if we're going to bond, which we'll have to start the process in April or May with our attorneys to get it on the ballot by August 28th, I believe is the drop dead date this year. I gotta look at that bond calendar. We have to get it put on the ballot, get the bond language approved in the August board meeting, get it to the clerk to get it approved to put on in the November election. And then we can either apply before that date telling pending funding, which is what I'm leaning towards doing to make sure we get on their radar. But then they will ask me to come back. They will probably table it until we find out what happens to the bond, and I go back in December and re-ask them. So we're on the radar. So if that legislation changes, that it goes 90-10, I resubmit a new application the year it goes into effect with the new match requirements, and we get better off. The worst case we're gonna be is 54-46 right now.
Okay.
We come up with 54, the state comes up with 46. So if you're looking, let's just say it equally, it's a $40 million project, it's like 2218 that we have to come up with. And if we do that through the bonding capacity, you have waivers to lower that for the district, that it's not the full 22 million we come up with, the state kicks in from their reserves. So based on initial calculations, we would only have to come up with roughly about $4 or $5 million to do a $40 million project with waivers.
Plus our pill payments. would
Yeah.
go. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how much, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, we wouldn't know how much until they do the reassessed value of that and what that debt level is. So that way you guys know.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, Kyle, you got anything?
I don't think so at the moment.
Rob, you got anything else you need to ask before we do all the rest of
Actually,
this?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
and Nicole and I have something else too.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna kind
Oh,
of discuss.
Let me find my little list here. I'm glad I wrote it down, because now I've forgotten.
I do have a question. We had another funeral in the auditorium this last week?
Yes.
In the,
No,
not in the
on
auditorium,
Saturday.
in
No.
the.
The cafeteria.
It was on Saturday, okay.
Yeah.
It was on
So
Saturday in the
what is our
cafeteria.
stance on doing these during the school weeks? Because that's happened before, correct?
Yeah,
I mean, is anybody concerned?
As long as it doesn't, we usually try to home the rec room, but the reason it got moved is because we had a home game and we used the
So that, I'm
cafeteria.
not worried about
Yeah.
why it got moved. I'm
Yeah.
just making sure like nobody's real concerned about these things.
We usually try to do it kind of in the off times when the students are in class.
Right, okay, that's
So-
fine.
but it doesn't happen very often.
No.
Yeah.
To be honest. Most
And
of the
usually
time
if it's a weekday one, it's probably somebody associated.
And with the school.
Yeah.
Right,
Like when
okay.
Mrs. Aronson husband Joseph, yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
Okay, I was
because
just,
that
That's
was,
a good question.
I
yeah.
was just thinking, you know, because poor Steve's brother or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, how, that could have been a big disruption. 'cause it was
Yeah,
during the school
exactly.
day.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay,
You good?
yeah.
So, how's janitorial?
Yeah.
Off and on.
that.
So, I've had to write quite a bit the last couple months.
What's her name?
We are looking at that quite extensively. I've met with them a couple times in the last month or so,
Yeah, we
and
kinda
it's
put
not
that on
getting
the
there.
Because I had
So-
someone that normally never complains about anything,
Mhm.
and I just point blank asked this person, and they just shook their head and said it's not good.
What building?
It would have been high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and they
aware
had
of
lots
that.
of complaints about
Yeah.
Saturday.
I don't know about the
The
elementary.
cafeteria pot holders, just, I mean, they were dripping with grease. It was just, it was just gross.
Yeah, that's the cafeteria people who take care of that in the kitchen.
But
And
not
summer's
Saturday.
coming,
Yeah,
so maybe we could get some equipment that cuts under trees too.
yeah,
Yeah,
Up to the
yeah.
tree.
yeah, I just. But then, Nicole wanted
So,
to have a question.
yeah, speaking of which, well,
Okay, go ahead, Nicole. I'm not
so,
Okay, go ahead.
we've just noticed that Mariah Hollyman has signs everywhere talking about wanting employment, and we were just kind of,
Work, oh, and so we talked
Wondering,
about it because she was behind
um,
on her rent. She's
yeah,
caught up.
we were wondering about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, she did
So
catch up,
She did
yes.
catch up.
Who? I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Mariah Holland.
Whatever.
And.
Yeah.
Mauricio.
Yeah. What is her last name now?
Mauricio,
Mauricio?
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Mauricio?
Mauricio.
Ricardo
They both
Mauricio.
have
So I
done-
don't
yeah,
know,
Rico
I
and
just-
Turner, they've done a
You guys
huge
need to do the
turnaround.
hiring, but Nicole
Yeah.
and I
I-
talked about it because, you know.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I
impressive.
have,
talked quite
I
a
have
bit,
been watching
you know,
her with
just-
her little
Yeah.
family
Yeah, we
and
just
just like
visit.
everything she's
Okay, oh,
doing, and
She's not afraid to work.
Not at all.
So you're
Yeah.
looking for employment in lieu of,
Well, yeah, just
Taxes?
to kind of help her out.
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't.
She never talked to
hard
us.
thing
about
though
it.
is-
Wasn't Rico asking for employment
well,
too?
no, this is something that Barb and I discussed.
Oh.
It wasn't, she didn't come to me and
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
No, we just
She
talked
just,
about
she has flyers around town,
It's
just
childcare
looking
now,
for
isn't it?
work.
Give me one of those.
Well,
I'll
because she
give her
does
one.
have the baby,
Well-
so.
Yes.
Where they
She
at?
does have the baby, yeah.
Rico,
There was a
they're
post
teachers.
office, there was one in the post office, there's one.
There's one at the grocery store.
Yeah.
In the grocery store, I
Okay.
saw one, I think at the cafe, I think I've seen one down at,
Facebook
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah,
It's on
But-
Facebook.
So
she was behind on rent.
yeah.
And so I was like, how are we gonna catch this person up? And
Yeah.
And I saw
she's
those
keeping
things.
kids, or she's.
She's wanting
She
to.
has-
She's wanting to.
She's wanting to do anything and
She's
everything.
just kind of throwing it out there. Hey, I'm looking for work.
You know, childcare.
Cleaning, childcare, et cetera.
She does have the little-
Healthcare.
She does have a little baby, yeah. It's true.
But Rico's around, I mean, they can work it out.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're just throwing it out there. for
We're
you
just
guys
throwing
to
it out
think
there,
about.
just, yeah.
Possibility.
You know, I was
Yeah.
thinking to try and catch her up on her rent, because I'm tired of being a slumlord.
Yeah.
And if people aren't paying their rent, you know what? Find you another place to live. We are not the charity
Yeah.
of
So
Corona.
you're
And I hate to be
thinking like
harsh.
janitorial?
Yeah, I mean, just get her in here to do some cleaning or something. mean,
I
don't
bet
know,
you she
we're
knows
just-
how to clean a toilet.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bet you she does.
During the day, during school hours?
Yes, and then after
Nothing
time,
after?
they do after for athletic events, and then we do comp time for them on Fridays if they do over.
So I'm
Right.
looking at this too, sorry to interrupt you,
Mhm.
pardon me. But I'm looking at the legislature wanting to pay non-licensed people 30,000 or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, $15 an hour.
They're not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they're not worth it. So, you know, I think there's others who make not very much
Yeah.
and they would deserve the 30,000, but
Can I don't wanna get into the management of
Yeah,
all
I
this,
don't-
but I guess we have the job descriptions.
Yes,
They know their job descriptions.
yes.
They've been to the trainings.
And they've also been tenured because they've been here
Yeah,
more
they've
than
been
3
on
years.
So you need to,
We have to follow a process
have a
for them.
plan, yeah.
Yeah, we have to put them in
So
plan.
they're on are they on a PIP?
Not yet, because our attorneys advise us not to yet because of the way this situation is working out. We will have to put them on the
Oh,
PIP
yeah,
for the
we're
next
actually
employment.
recorded stuff.
So there'll be some processes that I've worked with Gino and them on for the next contract cycle that was going on. That I've already talked to our attorneys about how to proceed to do this.
So that was my question,
Yeah.
you have to offer a contract.
We will because they're tenured right
That's
now.
why.
That's why.
but you
Because
can
they're
put
beyond-
stipulations.
We can put stipulations in that contract of performance that we can move forward on.
That you get all
Yeah.
the Ps and Qs put
Yeah.
in. So, okay.
But we
that
just
is-
wanted to throw that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Anything else? Anybody got anything else?
Your safety plan has been submitted, but they don't want to download the zip file and open it, and so they haven't reviewed it yet. So as soon as we figure that
Yeah.
out, safety.
We're not making it easy on them.
All right, well, I need a motion to go into executive session, so we.
I move that we go into executive session.
Can I just look at